Good Friday evening, everybody. I know, surprises me too that we're on a Friday night, but welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Car Series tonight from Volusia. 40 drivers checked in for racing action tonight. Pretty much a full house, and they are ready to get after it. Drivers out here getting some warm-up in. You can see this track starting to really get ironed down. It's going to be an interesting night for sure. Sean English, the quickest in this practice session. He, Chase Stewart, Richie Gaines, Larry Moody, Bowen Smith, all very close together. Top 10 within just about a tenth of a second, and that's not very much here at this speedway. Quick look. 0.4 of a mile. Like I said, it's 1/10 of a second, so not very far here because it's pretty short, 0.4 of a mile. A little warm this afternoon, 88 degrees, 68% humidity, so very wet out there. And we barely got a breeze across the track under very, very sunny skies. Last show for the week here. We will start over again on Sunday night. If you're not already a fan, if you're on Facebook, like, share, follow. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, hit subscribe. You'll know every time we go live. 9 shows in 6 days. Sundays, Mars at 8 o'clock Eastern with their mini stock pavement series, and then the Aces Up Pro Challenge series, 410 wing sprint cars. Those guys all working on the iRacing Pro Series and getting some live action practice in. Monday nights, Dirt Slingers, Monday Night Thunder, Big Block Modifieds at 8 Eastern, and they followed up at 9:30 with 360 wing sprint cars. Tuesdays, Epic Racing Association is back with their pavement late model series, the late model stock car. They start back up again this coming Tuesday. Then Wednesdays, Midwest Truck Series, and those guys are a lot of fun. They go out and run about 100 miles every Wednesday night in the Craftsman trucks. Thursdays, the Red Driver Mighty Midget Series with the Netcode Esports drivers. They do a doubleheader every Thursday night, and then we come right back here on Fridays. 8 shows with these guys starting tonight. So for the next 7 weeks in a row, we will be right here. Not much time left in the practice session before these guys get ready for qualifying. Hello, Blessed. Welcome to the chat. Taylor Wineland fan. Do not be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you got a favorite driver. It's always fun when you guys get going in the chat, and keep it clean. It's an adult situation, but it's also a family show, so let's try to keep it fairly clean. Have some fun. A little ribbon back and forth never hurt nobody. When we see you, we try to say hi. I already see Tobex over on Twitch, and like I said, Blessed is over on YouTube, so. Winding it down, they'll get ready for some qualifying. Hello, Deb. Here to watch the Tiny Dancer. I'll bet it is. My mom said it was cold in Omaha. She said it was starting to have some winter mix, and they were going to be in probably for the weekend because it might get kind of rough. So I am sure it's even colder up north because that big Canadian air mass was moving kind of south and east. Thank God it's going to miss me. Track is nice and dusty, nice and slick. .42 drivers, as I see Zach Chapman, Patrick Spangler, Kenny Hoffman popping into the server here kind of late, but going to be 42 of them for qualifying and heat races for sure, and then we'll start whittling them down via the alphabet soup. But we'll roll qualifying out first. We'll find out who your quick time for the evening will be. John Helms already rolling out. Helms in that one. It says 100. It's 21 on your program, but it's 100 on the car. So John Helms, one of the first to make it onto the racing surface, and now he'll post the first time. 15.40 for him. We'll see if anybody can best that. There goes Bowen Smith. Jesse Dacus all the way to the top real quick at 15.21. Josh Whiteman second quick. A lot of drivers to go. A lot of drivers. 42 to be exact. There goes Josh Whiteman, 15.16. Chase Stewart on his first lap was just about the same. He's a few thousandths off of Whiteman. We'll see what he can do here. That didn't look very good in 3 and 4. And it slows him down about 2/10 on that second lap. Dean Reynolds is finishing his up. He's in 9th quick. There's Scotty King. Let's go watch Old Tiny Dancer and see what the 118 machine can post. Wineland, Royer, Scheidt all rolling onto the speedway. There goes Scott King, second lap. Quickest of his two, and he'll be 20th right now. Whiskers right in there. Here's Trevor Royer finishing up his. Ryan Scheidt trying to finish his second lap. Taylor Wineland now rolling on the speedway. He is about to finish lap number 2, actually. Actually, that was number 2, and he was 37th quick. So qualifying coming to an end. Only 3 drivers did not take qualifying. Let's get ready to look at the starting lineup for heat race number 1. It's going to be the 24 of Josh Whiteman with Bowen Smith in the 12 on his outside. Alex Straczynski, the 22, inside of row number 2 with Dylan Aylor in the 92, on his outside. The 118 of Scotty King, Old Tiny Dancer, row 3. He starts on the inside of that row. And he'll have Diego Plaza in the 39 on his outside. Nick Schell in the 96 car has row 4 inside starting position next to Matt Grimm in the 91 and the 77 of Dustin Sargent. And I don't think Sargent took time. I think he was one of the cars that did not get a qualifying time in. So there is Dylan Aylor, the last car to join the grid. These guys will get ready to roll off. Long heat races, 10-lap heat races. Check something while they are rolling real fast here. We've got to make a small adjustment real quick. I see something on my screen that oh no. iRacing shut down. No. Oh my. Guys, we're going to be back in just a second. iRacing completely shut down right there. This is the second time. This is so weird. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is coming right back. Fuck. What the hell? All right, guys. Sorry about that. It's already reloading. This happened the other night. We're going to have to find out why it keeps glitching out like this. Holy Toledo. That is crazy. Just absolute craziness. All right. We're going to put it on screen. You guys may see some things you don't need to see, but we are going to make sure you can watch at least most of the action. There we go. That may not take as long to come back up as I had thought. All right, Whiteman is out front right now. They are working lap number 4. He's got Bowen Smith tucked in behind Alex Straczynski, Aylor, King, Grimm. They're side-by-side battling for 5th and 6th. Shell, Plaza, they're battling 7 and 8 side-by-side, and Dustin Sargent right around on the back. Whiteman holding off. Bowen Smith, he's got about a 10th. Got it down to almost nothing right there. Straczynski's got 3rd to himself. Aylor. Now Grimm has the spot in 5th away from King in 6th. Shell, Plaza, Sargent still in that order. We're just waiting for the overlays to catch back up, guys. Whiteman's coming around. It'll be 3 to go this time. Sometimes it takes a moment for this to show back up once we had to restart it, but hello, Kevin Spaulding. Top 2 have broken away from 3rd place, Alex Straczynski. As we'll come around, 2 to go that time by. Josh Whiteman right through the middle in the slickest part of the track. And he's holding off Bowen Smith. Smith, I think, drugged the left front on the wall down there in 3 and 4. The car got a little bit out sideways with him. But it is white flag lap time right here. Whiteman into 3 and 4. He is going to win the first heat. And Bowen Smith, whoa, clips a tire. He's still going to finish 2nd. He goes to the show. Straczynski, Aylor, Grimm, King, Plaza, Shell, and Sargent all got a lot of work to do here going forward. Wish our overlays would hurry up and catch up. I want to know why iRacing shut down. It's very frustrating to me. So we'll run down the lineup because I don't think we're going to get to see it. It's going to be Chase Stewart, the 40 car, on the pole with Jack Burke and the 17 on his outside. Or 90 of Trevor Royer next to the 81 of Tanner Butler in row 2. Robert Crawley as the inside row in row number 3 next to Andrew Allen in the 6 car. Scott Thomason, you'll see him in the 6. It says 30 when the overlays come up. Next to Taylor Wineland. Wineland should be in the 25. It'll say 33. And then Michael Todd scheduled to be on the back of this one. 9 cars scheduled again. I see 8. They're going to roll them off, and we're going to get ready to go with just 8 of our scheduled starters. And the overlays are catching up. Finally, the data stream reaches them. There's your grid. Okay, now that it seems like all the weird glitchy stuff may be over with, who knows? We can get to racing. Get them down here into turn 1 and 2. They'll go green the next time out of 4. Getting dusty already out here. Super dusty. They are just at pace speed and they are putting up a cloud of dust. So the only car that did not make the starting grid, the 117 of Michael Todd, we'll see if he shows up in one of the alphabet soup races here shortly. But heat number 2 underway. Chase Stewart, Jack Burke were on the front row, and Chase Stewart got a fantastic start. They were 3 wide behind Burke, Royer, and I want to say that was maybe Butler. It wasn't. It was Andrew Allen. That was 3 wide with him. Going to have a challenge for the lead. The 17 of Burke looked to the inside. Couldn't make anything happen. Trevor Royer up on the high side. Just about got it into the fence. And Royer looking for moisture on the high side. He needs to pick up a 1 spot to get himself directly into the show, and if he can keep the momentum up that he's got right now, he might be able to do it. Royer and Burke side by side for the transfer spot. This time Royer has it. We'll be halfway. Next time by, it's still Stewart. Now it's Royer, then Burke. Crawley is 4th. Side by side, Allen and Thomason for 5th and 6th right now. And Thomason on the high side, right through the slick, takes the car out wide, kind of a modified slider line right there. And he is going to take the spot away, move him up to 5th. Oh, I would imagine so. Michael Todd already out of this thing. Taylor Wineland has taken the 25 car to the pits. He had a problem a little bit ago. We're coming around to 3 to go, and Chase Stewart, he's got a big gap, 1.1 seconds over Trevor Royer right now. And Royer, after he got around Burke, opened things up about 0.8 of a second. He is just not reeling in the leader with 2 to go. In a transfer spot, so he just needs to finish right there, and he'll go to the A main. He won't have to worry about all this crazy soup that we're going to go through. White flag coming out for Chase Stewart. Heat number 2 about to close out. Stewart into 3 and 4. Keep it facing forward, and he's going to win Heat 2, punch his ticket to our A main tonight. Trevor Royer right behind him takes the other transfer spot. Burke, Thomason to 4th, Crawley, Allen, Butler, Wineland, Todd. Well, we'll see them here in just a little bit. Get ready for our third heat race. We're going to see the 960 of Sean English on the pole. Next to the 91, Whiskers Ernie Williams. Dean Reynolds in the 79. He's got the row 2 inside starting spot next to John Helms. Helms, it'll be 100 on the tail tank, but it's 21 on the program. Andy Patton, the 87. Row 3 inside with Brad Waite in the 814 on his outside, and then Rick Main in the 187. On the back row with Richie Gaines in the 11. So 8 cars. We'll watch them all roll by here. We'll talk to our top 3 at the end of the night. You ought to get back and try doing it, Spalding. It's actually still kind of fun. It's not as bad as it was about a year and a half ago, I can tell you that. Where they had it really broken, and they're making some good strides to bring it back. It's going to be a little bit of a process, but I think they'll get it there. Pace truck getting out of the way. We're ready to go green flag racing. Heat number 3 underway. Through 1 and 2. They're going to spread out 2, 3 wide. They were almost touching for 3rd place right there. Helms and Reynolds. English, Williams, and now Helms up to 3rd. He clears Dean Reynolds. Reynolds is 4th, and then it's a madhouse behind that. Patton, Waite, Maine. Richie Gaines not far behind, but we're going to get back here because this battle for third was starting to heat back up again down there in 3 and 4, and Helms grabbed a hold of it. He's got control. He needs to run down the 91 car if he wants to get into the show, and the 91's trying to get around English on the top side. He'll be there this time heading into turns 1 and 2. English slides up in front of a little dirty air on the wing of the 91, and Williams, he'll go right to the slider line, enters 3 in the middle, goes out to the outside, and Ernie Williams leads the 4th lap. Crossover from Williams. He is going to go by and secure that point. Top spot to the 91. Helms nicks the he hit the fence pretty hard. He didn't nick it. He beamed it pretty good right there in 3 and 4. Grab the drone cam. We'll follow these guys around, stay above the power lines. Boy, that'll be bad if we hooked her up in the power lines and cut them all down. Williams out front. English is second. This is the best battle on the track. Reynolds on the inside. Helms up against the fence. 3 to go this time by. And that battle getting tighter and tighter. They caught up to English there in 1 and 2 and now lost a bunch of ground trying to get out of the corner. As we get to 2 to go. English with a big blink out. I thought he was gone for a second, but he actually opened up a half second on these guys. It's Ernie Williams to the white flag. Then English, Helms, and Reynolds. And right now, all Whiskers has to do is keep it safe and square, getting back to the checks, and he's going to win heat number 3 and punch his ticket into tonight's A-Main along with Sean English. John Helms, Dean Reynolds, Rick Main, Richie Gaines, Brad Waite, and Andy Patton. Buckle up, boys. You got a ways to go. Starting lineup for our 4th heat race. Going to be the 29 of Jesse Dacus on the pole. Corey Jans in the 38 on his outside. Connor Spear, 57 car, row 2 to the inside. Next to the 39 of Patrick Spangler. Matt Croakey in the 2 car. He's got the 3rd row inside starting spot next to Braden Casto in the 00. And the final row for the 4th heat. Donald Tulos, the 99. Zach Chapman, the 720 inside and out. I believe our alphabet soup will begin after this. Looks like the pace truck is going to dive out of the way. We're going to get ready to get started.
Green flag, green flag.
The green flag out. Dacus got it a little out of shape, but he's able to grab the lead. Head through, turns 1 and 2. He clips the fence. This time that's going to open it up in a mad rush to try to get around him. There goes Jans. Here comes Spire. Spire not content to just sit there in second. He goes for the lead, and he gets it in 1 and 2 temporarily. Croakey, they're 3 wide down the backstretch. Contact, and there goes it Dacus into the fence, and he is going to get hit again. No cautions in your heat races, so bad luck is bad luck. Spire, Jans, then Spangler 3rd, Croakey 4th, Chapman, Tulos, Casto quite a ways back. He was in that deal with Dacus at the very end there, and I think his car's probably damaged. He's rolling around pretty slow right now. Connor Spire. Out in front, Jan's trying to reel him in. Patrick Spangler chasing down Jan's. That 138. Croaky hanging tight. The top four really close. About a half-second gap between each one, and here comes Spangler. Look to the inside, just doesn't have enough bite. He was side by side that time by. Now gets into the launch pad at the bottom of two. Tiny bit of contact. That moves Jans up the hill and gives Spangler the spot. 3 to go. Croaky still trying to reel him in. Needs to get around both cars in front of him if he's going to do a direct transfer. And right now I think that's a pretty tall order. Spangler actually running down the Spire right now. Last time by, he was exactly the same speed as the leader. Same time on the time clock. White flag. Spire. Hang on for one more lap. He'll get into the A main directly. Won't have to do anything else. And it looks like he'll do that with ease through 3 and 4. Spangler is going to punch his ticket as well. He comes home in second. Jans, Croaky, Chapman, Tulos, Casto, and Dacus have a long ways to go before we get to tonight's feature. And heat number 5 rolling out. And we will get down here at 4. Our starting lineup. It's going to be the 73 of Larry Moody with the pole. Chase Wolf in the 5 car will start to his outside. Ryan Scheidt, 10 car. Row 2 to the inside with Kenny Hoffman in the 11 on his outside. Bryce Houndstein in that 84 car. Row 3 next to Brandon Dittmer. Dittmer in the 83 car. And then Tyler Flynn, the 831. And Chris Schaefer, the 23, making up our final row for what is our final heat this evening. Dusty. Lots of dust. Awesome dust. All right, pace truck should make a hard left right here. Larry Moody should find the throttle pedal. And we'll be underway. Final heat race of the evening. 10 times around. Moody got a good run out of 2, and he opens it up by about 5 car lengths. Here comes Hoffman on the top side. Kenny Hoffman trying to roll the top, stay in the moisture. They got a rundown rule for Ryan Scheidt on the inside. Got a good run out of 2 and took the spot away, at least for the moment. This is going to be pretty tight right here. Scheidt, Houndstein. Oh, Larry Moody had a problem, and he's going to get swallowed up by the masses. 4 wide through turns 3 and 4. They got to work it out. They do not, and mayhem ensues.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution for the first time tonight, and it was mayhem. 4 wide out of 4. Scheidt into Wolf. Wolf into Moody. Moody gets clipped a second time. The big loser was Chase Wolf. Larry Moody goes straight to the pits. Chase Wolf. No wing on the top. Car's rolling, but the right front is completely flat. And that's bad news. They're going to have a lot of work to come out of those B, C, D mains tonight. Try to make their way into the feature. Scheidt, Hoffman, Houndstein, Flynn, Dittmer, Schaefer. Wolf make it back out. Yeah, they got a wing slapped on the top, changed the right front tire, and he's back on the track. Larry Moody, not so fortunate. Does it build up on the visor, Garrett? I have not been in the car. I don't even know if I updated the race computer. I updated the streaming computer, but I did not update the race computer yet. I'm actually thinking about taking all this stuff out of this office and bringing that big old rig and putting it in here. Maybe starting to do some racing. I don't know when I'll have the time. I mean, 6 nights of broadcasting. I don't know when I'll ever have time to race, but I can try since it's winter time and I don't go outside and play in the winter. All right, double file restarts here. American Dirt Series. We'll get them doubled up, get them ready to go. Still 7 laps remaining. Scheidt and Hoffman right now holding down the transfer spots. Houndstein and Flynn in row 2 on this restart.
Green, green, green.
And Ryan Scheidt waited until the last possible second, but he gets them going once again. He goes right to the bottom and coming out of 1 and 2. He'll have the lead, but Hoffman had a little bit of a run and closed right up to him. You can see at the back, Chase Wolf all the way on the outside. They got that car fixed. It looks like it's handling pretty good, too. As Whitmer down on the inside, nowhere near Chase Wolf, and Wolf has all kinds of room to roam, and he takes over the spot. We'll go back to the front because Kenny Hoffman out of turn 2 with a big run is going to take the lead away from Ryan Scheidt. We're coming to 3 to go. Hoffman out front. Scheidt, the bubble boy right now in heat number 5, needs to hold off Houndstein, and he is pulling away. 2 to go. Still Hoffman and Scheidt 1-2. Chase Wolf. He is driving that thing like he has nothing to lose. As wide as it'll go up against the fence. He keeps bumping the fence here and there. He's up to 5th, but he's going to run out of time. A white flag coming out this time by. And Hoffman all the way to the top. Scheidt all the way to the bottom. And your 2 transfer cars will be Kenny Hoffman, Ryan Scheidt into the feature. Houndstein, Schaefer, Dittmer, Wolf, Flynn, and Moody. All going to have to start in the C main or worse. So, this is our C main. Straczynski and Helms on the front row. Houndstein and Thomason in row 2. Croakey and Grimm in row 3. Main and Dittmer in row 4. Allen and Toulos row 5. Plaza and Waite row 6. Flynn and Wineland in row 7. And Dacus and Sargent in row number 8. Need to be in the top 4 at the end. If you want to transfer through and go into tonight's B main. 16 drivers. 12 laps. And a pile of them. Going to the house at the end of this one. All right, pace truck's going to duck out of the way. And that means that it is going to be time to start eliminating cars. 12 laps in the C main. Straczynski with a great start. Helms is going to come up to second side by side with Houndstein. And those two are going to just race tire to tire. Straczynski leads the first lap. Helms the second. Houndstein, Croaky, Grimm the top 5. And now Helms surges ahead down the backstretch, and he leads lap number 2. Straczynski second. Houndstein was third. Now he goes to second. Croaky still fourth. Main and Grimm side by side a second ago for fifth and sixth. They're still really tight back here. If you look, Scott Thomason in the 6 car is right in that mix as well. Grimm in the 6th spot, trying to stay there. He wants to go forward. Everybody needing to go forward except for John Helms. He's at the front. Houndstein behind. Croaky, Straczynski. Straczynski right here in 4th. Main and Grimm 5 and 6. Thomason, Allen, Dittmer, Plaza through 10. Everybody's still out here. 4 seconds between the lead and the last car on the track. As we will come around halfway this time in the C main. And now Matt Croaky makes a move to the inside on Houndstein. And Houndstein fights back. A little bit wider line, was able to keep a little more momentum up. And he took the spot back away. This time, Croaky into the corner, slides up the hill. He may find some bite. Here comes Straczynski late. And out of 2, a big run for the 23 car. Getting great runs through 1 and 2. Matt Grimm noticed what he was doing, and he is starting to do the same. He's closing in here. 3 to go for Helms. Straczynski with a big run down the backstretch. He moves up to 3rd. Houndstein. He's got company. Matt Grimm is right there. Straczynski's on the outside, a little bumping and grinding. Nobody got hurt in that deal. Great driving by all those drivers. 1st and 2nd, they are gone. They're coming to the white flag. We are watching 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th right here. Houndstein still 3rd. Helms will go to the B. Croaky, Straczynski, Houndstein. Main and Grimm 5 and 6. Then Thomason, Dittmer, Allen, Dacus, Plaza, Tulos, Waite, Flynn, Sargent, and Wineland. Those guys' nights all done. We're going to get ready to move into our B main. Actually, we're the second B main here. 16 cars in this one. We had 10. I think we needed 10, so 5 and 5. The 17 of Burke. The 138 of Jans will make up the front row. Alor, 92, 79 of Reynolds in row 2, 23 of Schaefer, 5 of Crawley in row 3. 720 of Chapman next to the 118 of Scott King in row 4. Row 5, the 11 of Richie Gaines, the 5 of Chase Wolf. And you will see Tanner Butler and Braden Casto in row number 6. Nick Shell and Andy Patton, the 7th row, and Larry Moody and Mike Todd. Did not make the call, so 14 cars. I think they're racing for 5 spots. Two races left on the program. We're about to kick off the second B main. Larry Moody and Michael Todd. Nowhere to be found. Everybody else has made it in, and man, is it dusty. Green flag in the air. Burke to the point, coming out of 2. He'll have the lead. Jans the second. Alor third. Reynolds fourth. Little bit of a challenge behind. They were almost 3 wide. Chapman, Schaefer, and Gaines. Oh, contact. There goes one. That's Robert Crawley, and Crawley's got problems. We'll watch from the drone. Scott King is right there. Oh, and King got pushed to the right off of the right rear of Richie Gaines, and that pushed into the 5 car, and he goes up onto the berm, upside down, and he'll stay there. His night will be over. Jans, Aylor, Burke, Reynolds, Chapman, Schaefer, the top 6, Gaines, King, Wolf, Butler, making up our top 10. Yeah, Scotty, that's bad news when you spin the tires, especially on the initials or a restart. All right, is our pace truck ready to go? Nope, one more time around. We were slated for 16. We started with 14. We're down to 13. We still have 9 laps remaining. Second B main ready to finish filling in the field and get the A main all ready to go. It's a handful of drivers that have not been on the track in a good 45 minutes. They're probably itching for a little practice time to find out how far this track has changed. It's starting to black out. It is really starting to get dark out there. Green flag back in the air. Second B main underway. Jans with a great start. He's going to open it up about 10 car lengths on Aylor. Burke's still third for now, but Dean Reynolds has other thoughts about that. Zach Chapman in the 5th spot. Schaefer right behind. Gaines is right there. Chase Wolf. Wolf had a pretty good spot in his heat race. Ran into problems. Had to go in and get a new top wing and get the right front tire fixed. Charged back to about 5th or 6th in his heat race. And now he is just trying to figure out how to get it into the show. And whacking the wall like that is not going to do it, my friend. We'll go back up front, single file through the top 4. Chapman now single file. Gaines has gotten around Schaefer, and he is trying to make a run to get into one of the transfer spots. Richie right alongside. He'll go into 1 and 2. No contact, and Gaines has the advantage off the bottom, at least for the moment. And now a little tangle. There's Chapman. Drove the car right in underneath. Went right back at him. We're coming around to 4 to go. Jans now having a battle with Aylor. Aylor off the bottom will grab the point. Jans, Burke, Reynolds, and Chapman is still 5th. But now Chase Wolf is the car he's going to have to battle. And Wolf off the top side with a little bit of a run. He has kept that thing out there against that outside fence. Pretty much this whole B main. Top 4 pretty secure right now. The battle's for 5th. Chapman is trying to take it back on the bottom. We come to the white flag, and Wolf has it at the line by about half a car. He went in, tried to squeeze it down on Chapman, and Chapman will get the run up the backstretch off the bottom, and he clears him by about 4 car lengths. Aylor, Jans, Burke, Reynolds, and it looks like Wolf. The top 5, Chapman was 6th. Schaefer, Butler, Patton, Shell, Gaines, Crawley, King, Casto, Moody, and Todd are finished for the evening for sure. Savaji, huh? All right, I can go with that. We'll see if they give them all 5 minutes in the warm-up. There's a bunch of guys that desperately want to take a look at this track, figure out what they need to do. For setup going forward. You can see how wide the track has dried out and started to take some rubber. Several drivers making it out very late for warm-up. Still very dusty out here. And I'll tell you, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse as the feature goes on. Sean English, once again, the fastest car in the room in the session. He was fastest in the pre-race warm-up. There's Rick Maines, number 187. Oh, he's going to find a little fence and go create a little havoc. And then the havoc is going to create something for him. Now Bowen Smith moves to the top. He went quite a bit quicker than anybody else right there. About a little over a tenth. So it looks like we're going to get the entire warm-up session. We're only missing a couple of guys out here. Some guys that are maybe just saving their stuff. About 60 seconds. We'll remind everybody, no shows tomorrow. Sunday doubleheader. Mars and Aces Up. Get you that access. What access are we talking about, buddy? I'm lost again. I thought you were in the chat. Oh, you're there. We'll get with Cody and have him do it real quick. Just kind of hang where you are, bud. Oh, never mind. Yeah. PM me your email so I can make sure that it's right to add you. I'm sure I have it, but. All right, that's going to do it. Warm-up session coming to an end. One thing we'll have to do, and that's put these crazy guys out here for the first feature. The American Dirt Series on the Dirt Racing Network in a very, 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 very long time. 20 drivers getting ready to do a battle. We're going to line them up. Just like this, it'll be Josh Whiteman and Chase Stewart on our front row with Ernie Williams and Connor Spire in row number 2. Row 3, Kenny Hoffman, Bowman Smith, Trevor Royer, and Sean English in row 4. Row 5, Patrick Spangler and Ryan Scheidt, John Helms and Dylan Aylor making up row number 6. Matt Croakey, Corey Jans, row 7. Alex Szynski and Jack Burke in row 8. Row 9 is Bryce Houndstein and Dean Reynolds. And the final row for tonight's feature race, Rick Mayne and Chase Wolf. 30 green flag laps. Season opener. American Dirt Series here in the winter 2024. We've got them all the way through the end of January. And then I think they will be closing out a couple of weeks in a row with a couple of two-night events that we will not air on DRN. I will be away, and I will not be able to. So they're going to find somebody that can and will and get them to do it. Whiteman, Stewart, Williams, and Spire. Pace car out of the way. Green flag. And man, is it dusty out there, but we're underway. I don't think anybody can see anything except for the leader right now. Whiteman out to the point. Stewart second off the top of 2. Williams to third. Here comes Hoffman on the bottom. He picked up a couple of spots getting into turn 3. He'll hang on to him at least through the center of 1 and 2, and now Bowen Smith comes back alongside. This is a battle for 5th and 6th, and now Hoffman is just driving it down the bottom of turn number 3. He has got that car rolling, getting into the corner, hooking it right down to the wall. He is going to work to the 4 spot past Spear. Now got his sights set on the 91 of Ernie Williams. Battle at the front, Whiteman and Stewart side by side. Kenny Hoffman now side by side momentarily with Ernie Williams. Man, he gets that car deep down into the corner. Whiteman holding Stewart off. We're about to complete lap number 5. Kenny Hoffman to the inside. He still cannot clear Ernie Williams. And Hoffman almost dragging the left front against the inside wall. Williams now has moved up just a little bit. Spear right behind him. Stewart around Whiteman, takes over the point. Whiteman's the second. It's too wide, too deep behind that. Hoffman and Williams, Smith and Spear. Now Kenny Hoffman surges ahead into the 3rd spot. A little further back, Ryan Scheidt, Trevor Royer, teammates going at it for 7th and 8th. Spangler's tucked in behind them on the high side. And English is in 10th. He's down on the very bottom, same line that Hoffman is running. Go back to the front because now Kenny Hoffman is starting to work on Josh Whiteman. Man, he gets a run down the backstretch, drives that thing all the way to the center of turn 3. Jumps on the binders, and he makes up so much space. He keeps the left front down in the good stuff on the bottom. Ernie Williams starting to fade. Bowen Smith got past him. He's up to 4th, and here comes Connor Spear. Chase Stewart now out to half a second, and there goes Hoffman past Whiteman finally. Into 3, car headed to the pits. He hit the fence. This might be a caution. He might have got on the escape button real quick. That was Chase Wolf. Started last in the feature, and he took it to the pits a little early. We are coming around. We are almost halfway. Next time by, I'll be halfway. And Whiteman and Hoffman are still going at it for second. Hoffman not able to clear off the bottom, and Whiteman fighting hard on the outside right now. Bowen Smith has worked his way up here. Halfway that time, 15 in, 15 to go. Scheid is 6th, Royer 7th, Williams. Black Diamond Motorsports guys are right there, 6, 7, and 8. Spangler in 9th, and Aylor is now up to 10th. He got around both Houndstein and English. We're going to go back to this battle, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and now Whiteman is all the way back to 4th as Bowen Smith got around him as well. And Smith, tried to put the nose on the inside there with Hoffman. Wasn't enough room for it. They made contact. Everybody safe and secure, still going the direction they need to. We are already down to 12 laps to go. Lap car. That's Matt Croakey on the same straightaway with your leader. 10 laps. He could get to the lap car, but I don't think the lap car will be a factor. Hoffman and Smith around Whiteman now, 2nd and 3rd, and Bowen Smith is just not done. He is still trying to get the nose to the inside of the 11 car every chance he gets. Hoffman squirts away in turn 3 as he drives clear to the center of the corner as they work around Croakey now. Leader already passed him. Last time by, almost 0.2 of a second quicker, and that was because Stewart was working lap traffic, but I think he is starting to fade. Caution again. Burke, Main, and maybe Reynolds. Oh, Sean English clipped the fence, and then Burke finds all kinds of trouble off the right rear, loses the car in 1 and 2, doesn't leave Rick Main anywhere to go, or Dean Reynolds. And that's what causes our caution late in this one. Well, it might get exciting now. We're going to have a late race restart. And I think Stewart's car was starting to fade because 3 laps in a row, Kenny Hoffman and Bowen Smith were 0.2 or more faster. And they were closing the gap right on down. Stewart, Hoffman, Smith, Whiteman, and Spear. Top 5, Scheit, Williams, Spangler, Royer, and Houndstein are the top 10 right now. Still have 15 cars on the track. Make it 16. Croaky's out there a lap down, and I think Wolf is coming out about 10 laps down from the pits. Burke's still in the pits. That car might be finished. He broke something because when he went to turn down into 1 and 2, that car just dipped left and come right around on him. So lights off on the pace truck. We're going to go green, 7 laps. All that remains. Oi, Chihuahua. Man, that's getting bad. All right, restart coming right here. 7 more circuits. Does Stewart have enough to hold off Hoffman, Smith, even Bowman? Oh, they are trying to rush the start. Yeah, that in the dust they couldn't see, and I won't be surprised if we get another caution real quick.
All right, man, caution is out.
And we will. Let's go here. Let's get here and let's watch. You cannot see anything with all the dust. And Williams got there and then got run over from behind by Spangler, gets clipped by Houndstein, and a host of others. Looks like the left front might be broken on the 91 car. And we'll get a restart with 6 to go. So lots of dust and little to no visibility. And I think some of the guys were You think it's too much at the low speeds? I would tend to agree after what I just saw. I mean, this is what it looks like under pace. And they were coming to get green, so. I mean, even the leader is seeing some behind the pace truck. Pace truck getting out of the way. We're going to go back to green flag racing with 6 laps to go. Will we have another mayhem moment? It doesn't look like it. Everybody going to get away this time. And Stewart got a great start, but here comes Hoffman. Hoffman will drive it deep into 3. That time he slid up just a little bit. And Stewart will hang on at least for the moment. Hoffman back to the inside in 1 and 2. 5 laps to go that time by. Now, Hoffman with a big run down the backstretch. Can he stick the bottom this time? Because that's been working for him. And he's right alongside for the lead. Up out of 2. Stewart got a lot more of a run than Hoffman, but Hoffman is finding something down on the inside, and he really makes up ground down that funky-shaped backstretch. He led that lap. Cannot find the drive up through turn 2, but boy, does he get a good run down the backstretch. And he is going to stay married to the bottom, and he's going to completely out to the front. He's going to have to give that back with 2 to go. Trevor Royer just had a crash. Scherzinski's right there. Reynolds and Scheidt. Rick Main. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those 2 get hooked up, and that'll do it. So by virtue of leading the lap before by, man, what had to have just been a fraction, Hoffman will stay at the point on the restart. Stewart, Smith, Whiteman, and Spear will be behind him. Trying to get into this one. Get them down. Get the checkered flag dropped. A little bit of rough here at the end. This rough patch. And I think it's a super dry track and a super dusty track. And that is probably a little bit of a combination that is causing some issues. Lights off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go back to green. 2-lap shootout. We'll give it 2 attempts. Here comes Dean Reynolds back on the racetrack. Is that Sean English was rolling out behind him, so we're going to get a bunch of guys back. Hoffman, Stewart, Smith, Whiteman, Spear, Spangler, Shazinski, Scheit, Main, and Aylor.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. 2-lap shootout. If we get around to the white flag, doesn't matter what happens after that, that will end the race. Down the backstretch, Hoffman, big lead. Stewart got his hands full because Bowen Smith is trying to get there. White flag in the air. Smith trying to rip it on the bottom. Now, if he can stay there, he'll get a big run down the backstretch. Can Stewart close him off? I don't think he can get it done, but it don't matter. Kenny Hoffman's going to win the season opener. Bowen Smith second. Stewart in third. Whiteman and Spear 4 and 5. So Hoffman, Smith, and Stewart. Whiteman, Spear 4 and 5. Spangler 6. Zarzynski 7. Main 8. Scheid 9th. Aylor 10th. Jans in 11th. 12th was Houndstein. Williams 13th. Reynolds 14th. English 15th. 16th was Croakey. Royer in 17th. Burke 18th. Wolf and Helms 19 and 20. So we'll get the drivers back around. Try to talk to our top 3. We will wait for them to be shown where to meet us. Good job parking, boys. Can really see him now. There he goes. Perfect right there. And here comes the third place driver. Let's make sure we get his volumes adjusted. Chase Stewart, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You led a lot of this one, and it looked like before we started into yellow fever, the car might have been fading a little because those two behind you were catching you a little bit.
Yeah, it was strong. I really held on to middle the entire race, and I think I was able to get it full throttle on the straightaways, just keeping momentum up, and I think I burnt my rears up, and those restarts weren't helping me, and that line went away, and running bottom really helped him on the backstretch, and that's how he got around me, and I tried to just keep it middle still on that last restart and let another one by, but it was a good run. We had a pretty fast car, and I'm happy about it.
Well, starting off the season on the podium, you can't be too upset about that, but yeah, it looked like those guys had figured out something down there on the bottom. Could you just not get down there and use that same launch pad they were using?
Maybe I just didn't want to try anything different. That was probably what messed me up. I probably should have just seen it was probably not gonna stick with that middle, but it worked a good amount of the race, and I didn't want to leave it.
All right, man. Well, fantastic run. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here.
Sean English, Photoshocks, and Dustin Sargent for the excellent spotting. He really helped me out.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We can't wait to see you come back on next Friday.
See you guys.
Chase Stewart finishing in the third spot. Now we'll move on. Driver that finished second tonight, and he really had to work hard that last restart to get to second. But I want to ask him, he was chasing the 11 car all the way up through there, and you just kept trying to get your nose to the inside, and it just seemed like there wasn't quite enough room, Bowen Smith.
Yeah, definitely. He drove a good race. Felt like I might have been a little bit faster there at times, and other times him just a little bit faster. But, when it's just a single lane track like that, you can't really do anything else but kind of fall in and hope for a mistake.
Yeah, it looked like he made very few of those, and once he got to the point, then you really had to work hard to get around the 40 car, and it took the last restart for you to finally do that.
Yeah, definitely. I was a little worried there because I already had him on the outside before the yellow came out, and I was, hoping to freight train him kind of there. But thankfully, we were able to get it done. He ran a good race himself,
Well, fantastic way to start the season off, my man, with a second place finish. Give us some shout outs and some thank yous before we head you out.
Yeah, I'd like to thank STR and Chad Griggs for always helping me out and everything. Josh Whiteman for the paint, and that'd be it.
All right, man. Congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing you Sunday night with the Aces Up bunch.
Yep, definitely. See you guys.
That is Bowen Smith finishing in second, and now seems like we're starting to talk to this guy more and more tonight. He had to really work to get up there, but Kenny Hoffman, man, once you got to the front, you kind of left him behind.
Yeah. It took a little bit to get to the front. We smacked the inside wall, I forget what lap, and my left front was so broke I was kind of just hopping around the racetrack. It's kind of concerning, but we were still quick enough thanks to, all the boys and, Colin Bocus and getting us dialed in, and we were good.
Yeah, it looked like Bowen Smith kept getting his nose there, and you guys had contact a couple of times. Did you have any concerns that he might really try to go after you hard there and leave you no choice but to move up and get off that bottom?
I wasn't leaving my line no matter what. It would have taken him to drive through me, honestly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he was faster or what, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I said something because it kind of gets a little annoying, especially with the way iRacing logic is. It's very easy for iRacing to, netcode it and make it a huge deal. So, something like that's kind of annoying. But with him hitting me, I mean, it's nothing, honestly, that I could really care about. Yeah, like I said, we were still quick enough. I knew where I felt comfortable with, and even with a bent front axle, we were able to even showcase our speed.
Well, an awesome run, man. You're going to pick up the W and open up the season with what should be the points lead coming back next week. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll look forward to seeing you Sunday night.
Yeah, thanks for broadcasting for us. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's going to appreciate it. Shout out to all the league admins for getting this going. Back up again. I've raced here before, and it's nice to have it come back and someone that really lets the tracks just slick out, and that's just been always really fun to race on. So, huge shout out to the admins, and shout out to everybody with KHR and all my teammates. Shout out to sponsors, JRB Designs, Aces Up Sim Sport, KSMS Racing Media, Jonathan Paquette Racing, Casey Simons Photography. Huge shout out to Colin Bocus Build Sprints, and Fusion Setup Shops, and like I said, huge shout out to Colin Bocus for all the effort that he's put in with us, and we've just been getting faster and faster. So, huge shout out to him, and shout out to the teammates who ran the night. They had a good showing going until they got caught up into some misfortune. So, hopefully we'll all be back next week, and hopefully we can have all of us back up there again.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, Kenny. I'll look forward to seeing you Sunday night.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
That is Kenny Hoffman. He picked up the win tonight. We were going to talk to Rick Main, the hard oh, there he is. Let's grab him before he runs off. Rick Main, you got a copy.
Oh, shit. Yeah, what's up? Oh, sorry.
All right, man. Hard charger tonight, buddy. You picked up 11 spots. I know it wasn't easy with all the dust and the slick track out there. Just avoid a few cautions, and, man, next thing you know, you're going to finish here in a spot.
Yeah, man. Heck, there was a early wreck, and I let way off, and I was like half a lap behind, and I thought I was going to get lapped early, so with it being locked to the bottom that way, I'm tickled pink to fucking Oops, sorry. Finish
Family
lap
show.
8. Sorry, man.
It's all good, buddy. I know we get a little excited, and, adrenaline's still pumping pretty good. The track got super slick out there, man, so passing was at a premium, and you were able to start 19th and come home 8th. Great setup, or were you beneficiary of some other guys making some mistakes?
Yeah, obviously a little bit of both. I mean, looking at the lap times, I know at one time, 10 laps deep, it said I was running similar laps to the leader, and I'm in last place. It just, couldn't go anywhere. So, I mean, we had good speed with the set tonight, and, finally some people tried moving around, and then I was able to sneak around them. And then, yeah, of course, I was the beneficiary of, some of those accidents. I mean, guys need to obviously give a little more with the dust out there on some of those restarts, and, take a little time getting into one. But
All right, man. Well, a great run tonight. You pick up 11. You're going to finish 8th. A couple of shout-outs before we let you head out.
yeah, man, just all my guys at Inferno, we got a lot of things going on there. We're getting, better each week. We do a lot of practice and stuff together. Dylan over at Highline Cinematography takes great pictures. JRB Designs got me in this cool Christmas wrap right now. So he does really great work over there. Just all those guys. Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll look forward to seeing you next Friday night.
I'll be there, man. Thank you.
Rick Main, your heart charger this evening. That is going to wrap it up for us here. Way to open the season, man. Great race. This place, they let it go super slick, and that is usually a recipe for disaster. We did not have that. We had some fantastic racing. It got a little sloppy at the end, but I think that was a product as much of the dust than anything. So we're going to give them a pass on that. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing like you saw here tonight, there's nothing for us to cover. Pat on the back to everybody for all of that until we see y'all the next time, which is hopefully Sunday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern for Mars and 9:30 for Aces Up. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. You got to keep it dirty at all times.